Okay, to get this shift cable out, there's this little plastic sleeve like thing. I was just going to cut this thing, pull it out. I'm going to show you how to do it the way the book says. Anyway, when it's in the boat, this is going to be hard to get out. I usually just leave this in, but right around that shaft goes through. This goes around the cable, I'm sorry, not the shaft. It'll go in there. It's just a bushing to keep it from wearing on this metal housing. You can pull it out with a pair of needle nose pliers. It just pops out. When it's in the boat, I don't worry about changing that because you can't reach it. You just feel around in there, and sometimes you can't even get to that. And then to get where that piece fits on, here's the old one. It's on the end of this cable and it goes right in there. You disassemble the cable like I told you before, which is these are the parts. That's the inner wire. That's the slide. That's the set screw that goes in the end of it out here that I told you unscrew. And this wire has an end made on it right there. And it just pull it out of the back of it and pull it all the way out. And it'll just leave the housing casing. Now to get this out, up inside there, if I can get some light in there. You see that nut? That's a pipe thread on there, but it takes a 9/16 socket. Regular socket ain't deep enough to reach there unless you cut this plastic off, which you can do to get out, but this plastic's got to be on the new one when it goes in. So what I did, instead of paying an enormous amount of money for mercruiser to buy that tube, just take two old 9/16 deep well sockets and have them welded together. That'll fit right around there and go all the way up inside there. Now, if this was a real old version where this cable screws in from the back of it, back here, you can cut that cable off, reach up in there with cutters between it. Right here's where there's the shift cable, and there's the bellows. It's got to come out. There's a little clip on in that bellows, by the way. You got to take off a little metal. When I go back with a wire tie, it's not that critical. Just need to keep it snug around there. It's got to slide in and out a little bit, but that'll keep it from letting water in there. Anyway, you cut that cable off, and that nut that I showed you in here is on the back side. But what you can do is take a 1/4-inch pipe thread, tap, and retap the pipe thread hole from this side. And then, this is the new cable. Then you can screw the new style cable in there. It makes it a hell of a lot easier to put in. But anyway, you take your socket. It's not that hard to get it loose. I use a 1/2-inch drive on it, and that'll unscrew. And then I always spray a little bit of oil on that cable so it'll come out through that rubber. So again, you just pull it out, and it'll stick a little bit as it comes to the end there, and there you go. And there is the old cable. And it goes back together the same way. I'll lube up the new cable, push it down. It'll go. You got to go through this little rubber boot right there. That boot's in pretty good shape, or I would have replaced it. Somebody's looks like they put new bellows in here at some time or other. It all looks pretty decent in there. So I'm just going to reuse what's there and install everything, screw it in tight, and then I'll show you how to put the end of the cable back on here in just a minute.